You have a very untraditional journey. What were some of the motives and how did you stay the course?
Um, I would say my support group really helped me stay the course. Um, my wife now, moms, my trainer, Tabor, my agents, of course my brothers and sisters and everybody, but my core group didn't give up. So it allowed me not to give up. My mom and my wife and my brothers and sisters were taking care of everything financially. All they just told me to just go ahead and just focus on my dream. My agents were still making phone calls. My trainer still training me like as if the NFL was tomorrow. So,
Right.
we just continued to stay the course, even though we had nothing planned. During the off season, I'm training and I go back home to Cali and everybody like, what's next? Shit, I don't know. We just training. No, I got no clue what's next. Then eventually the steps started to happen. So that's how we
Because
got
you,
here.
'Cause you go from Stockton, correct me if I'm wrong, you go from Stockton to two JUCOs, then to a NIA in Kansas, and
Mm-hmm.
then from there, you go USFL to the NFL. That's not heard of,
No, what's the name? So I was born in Sac. Born in
right?
Sac, moved to Stockton in like the sixth grade. Um, then from there, of course, then I went back to Sac City, left Sac City, went to Delta
Yep.
to Friends University. Then I played arena football
Mm,
for a season. Then I went to the USFL, the UFL now.
yeah.
Then I went to the league 2 weeks after that.
Was there ever a moment? I know you talked about your support staff, but like you as an individual, at what point did it like click like I can do it, or was there ever a point where it's like I'm just kind of chopping wood?
Um, I knew I can do it from well, since a kid, my dad installed it into me, but my confidence kind of dropped a little bit as I went to high school because I didn't play my junior year. So
Right.
like me thinking I go to the NFL and I'm not even playing here. Then as I got out, like the next year, I went to defensive MVP of that same team, and then I go to Sac City. Sac City were the first coaches to tell me that I could make it to the NFL. So from there, I'm like, if they really believe this, and I actually trust these coaches, then it must be possible. So that's kind of when it's like when it clicked. And then I almost gave up during arena football. That was a hard point because it was different. It was a different style of football.
Right.
I'm not gonna say it wasn't real football, but it was a different style.
Yeah.
And I was used to that style, and it's not the style I dreamed of. And I'm telling this woman that I love that I'm gonna take care of everything, and I'm going to the NFL and this, that, and this, and as she's taking care of everything in the household, plus these two kids that weren't hers. She loved them like they were hers. So it hurt when I opened up that first check and only seen $150. So that's when I was like, all right, I might as well just get this up. And then, that's when moms called and said, think of it as an internship for the job you want. People that do real jobs do internship programs. They don't get paid for months at a time. Then
Right.
they get the real job. So that's after that. That's when I locked everything in.
That's a blessing. You mentioned your dad early on. So he actually won a Rose Bowl at UW in 2000. My question to you is, did his career place any pressure on you or did it motivate you? I know you mentioned him kind of motivating you to be better, but did it like internalize for you at all?
No pressure, no motivation. His career was his career. My career is my career. Um, he opened a lot of doors though, with his greatness. So as I
Yeah,
went to certain camps, like certain free agent camps or certain college camps or whatever, somebody there always like they knew who my dad was. So when they seen Jeremiah Farms, me being a junior, oh, your dad was the one that played at Washington. Your dad was the one that played at Valley High School, or whatever. Somebody knew who he was. So
right.
I would say that his career opened up a lot of doors, but I never like held his career close to me because his career is his career, my career is my career, and my kids' career is gonna be their career. So just leave it like
100%.
that.
Eliminating the competition and then creating
Yeah.
that legacy more so. I like that. Um, you mentioned the arena football, your first check being $150,
Mm-hmm.
right? Is there a big skill gap, or what's the biggest difference from arena to the USFL to the NFL that you've seen? Because you've played at every level, like you said,
Mhm.
internships. You've seen it all. What's the biggest skill gap, if any?
There's a skill gap in every level. So from high school to
Right.
JUCO to college, is a skill gap in every level. I think it's just more the development, the mental side of it, because you like the this gap between the arena to USFL was big just because the style of football is different, because you
Right.
got guys who played at D1s that play in arena now. You might have a guy on a team that played in the league that's in arena now, but the USFL was just different, The arena ball was 8 on 8, 50-yard field, 30 yards wide. So no punts, the style is just different. So
Yeah.
that's how the gap is different. But going straight to the USFL, I was glad actually that I took that step because it helped me get ready for the NFL, playing with guys who used to play in the NFL or playing with guys, when I looked at the draft, it was Alabama, LSU, Georgia, Oklahoma, Friends University. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So I was like, yeah, like that's crazy to even think of. And I'm like, I'm here. So it was like a good stepping stone to have to get me ready for this for the NFL.
That's huge. Now born in Sacramento, but majority of your life in Stockton.
Yeah.
As we see more and more talent starting to come out of the 209, what do
hmm
you equate to that? Obviously yourself, Jonah Coleman, recently in the draft, got picked up from
Yeah.
Washington to the Denver Broncos. What do you equate from that makes that talent pool in the 209 so different?
Stockton's always had talent, even when my years. So my year, I wasn't the most athletic on the team. My senior year of high school. It's just about people staying with it and continuing their dream. With Jonah going D1 and getting drafted, it shows that route you can take. You can make it and go D1. They find, these kids, you know, um, you can be found and be drafted, and that's a blessing. You know what I'm saying? I've been watching Jonah. He played with my little brother since his first early years at the Junior Delta Kings. So it was good. He's a good family friend. But it was good seeing that. And then with me, it shows a different route. Not everybody's going to go D1. Not everybody going to go to this big school and get drafted. Some of us going to have to go get it out the mud. Not saying he didn't, because you still got to work your ass off to get to where he got
Right.
to. You know what I'm saying? That's not easy either, because you're playing against better competition. You know what I'm saying? And you got to have the grades to get in there. So, but my way was hard because it was my way, but it was hard just because it was a smaller school. So no matter how good I did at this small school, they said my competition was the problem. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Who did you really play? So it's you can make your journey whatever it is, but Jonah's journey is my journey. My journey is Jonah's journey is his journey, and my
Right.
journey is my journey. And same thing for every other kid, because there's plenty of talent in Stockton. It just
Because I
get
Go
overlooked.
ahead. My bad. I didn't mean to cut you off. I was just
You
gonna
know?
say, I grew up in Turlock for about 8 years down the street, and then lived in Stockton for a few, so I'm familiar with the area. But one thing I kind of always got from it is like a lot of athletes have this make it out mentality.
hmm
Why do you think that? I know Stockton may not be on the outside looked at as the greatest place, but why do you think that is rather than being like a place of praise and not escape?
Um, like just like you say, on the outside looking in, it's not looked at as this beautiful city. Outside
Right.
looking in, you think nothing but crime, but it can be that if you make it that, if you keep your head down, stay out the way, which moms had me do. Um, I got into troubles every now and then, but it wasn't nothing serious. For the
Right.
most part, I stayed out the way, and um, but that's a good question. But
All good.
man, I mean, people like my mom, single mom, 5 kids on her own. That's that make it out mentality. You got it. Hey, I got, you know what I'm saying? Go and put it on my shoulders. I carry it. You know, that's really what it. You don't want to live like that. When you dream and you know there's more, then once you got that in your head, then even if you don't see it, even if you don't even see it's more, you just got the feeling that there's more out there. Then you want to go do what it is. You want to do what it takes to go out there and go get it. Even though you've never seen it, but in your mind, you
Right.
know, I can live. So there's a better way of living, and I want to help. I want to show my mom this. And like I said, um, with me, what I'm saying, it shows there's more. There's people like Harold Grisby that um went to Edison, and I'm graduating from Harvard. He's a lawyer now. What I'm saying? There's different avenues now, and with Instagram, it shows there's different ways to make it out of Stockton.
Because I see like now, like in that aspect that you're talking about, really doesn't get pushed when it comes to the social media side. Although we know, like yourself, you know that it's there. The gentleman who went to Harvard is not a lawyer. Yourself, John, like the list goes on and on.
Hmm.
I guess for you, like when you go back home and I see you throw camps, right? How important is that for the community, like we just mentioned, but like just for you to see that it's more of yourself is already creating that kind of shift in the mentality and a little bit as far as yes, we're trying to make it out, but it's not a negative way of making it out. It's more of a positive, like, hey, we're going to do this together. As a community, we're going to get, what I mean, get things rolling.
I mean, the camps are good for me just because it shows. I feel like it gives hope. This is one thing being in the NFL and saying you're from the city,
Yeah.
but going back, letting the kids see you, letting the kids see you. You can talk to them. You can, what I'm saying, just give words of advice. I always tell kids all the time, if you hit me on Instagram or my mom gives you my number or whatever and text me, I'm gonna text you back. I'm gonna hit you back. You know what I'm saying? I don't got no problem giving advice. I just want to be the help that I wish I had coming up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just be that. Just be a different type of role model because everybody got their own version of what a role model is. So I just want to be able to show the kids that it's not D1 or bust. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You yeah, just you got to just stay focused. That's really what it is, and keep your head down and work. And me throwing these camps and them seeing me, it helps with that. And it's one thing them looking at me through a screen. They think it's, what I'm saying, now they thinking it's a myth, but when you can see me and you can talk to me
Yeah.
and what I'm saying, we can work out together, and then that's what it
It's
is.
different. You
Yeah.
mentioned being that role model, not role model, but being that kind of the upliftment that you wish you had when you were younger. My
Yeah.
lastly, if you were to call your younger self, what would you say? And then if you were to receive a call from your older self, what would you like to hear?
If I could talk to my younger self, just keep working. Just go, I mean, lock into your dreams and let it happen. I mean, I wouldn't change nothing because if I change something, who knows, I might not be right here talking to you. And
Yep.
just tell my older self thank you because we do what's necessary today to make sure that we good tomorrow. So that's I would say thank you because I feel like right now I feel like I'm taking the steps to set my family up for the future. And you control that by doing what you need to do today.
Amen. I love that. Well, brother, that's all I have question wise. I thank you for your time again.